Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. Happy Monday, everybody. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video, and my current strategy is to deposit $100 my own money per week and let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All dividends received are reinvested back into that stock from which it's received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I am a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. What we're looking at right now is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account. This is my Average Joe Dividends stock portfolio. We can see just overall this portfolio has performed well, and that's mostly because of our pretty recent recovery. You can see there were some lower points here where the portfolio was below the $200,000 mark, but we're back up to 211. We'll just take a look at the performance over the last month. You can see it's recovered about 10%, but we're not at all-time highs yet. I had the portfolio close to about 214, 215-ish was the high mark for this portfolio. If you can see here, we're doing quite nicely. And if you're curious to see what this portfolio is made up of, I'll leave a link below so you can see, you'll see what my pie is. You can see the different slices where I have ETFs and a dividend portfolio where most of my stocks are in there. And then there's also 14 more. I'm thinking about just consolidating these, so I just have the individual dividend portfolio and then the two ETFs, which are SCHD and BST, which you can see which are the bulk of this portfolio. But I do like to do some individual stock investing as well. But just full disclosure, my net worth is mostly in ETFs like VTI, VU, SCHD, as well as BST as well. So what we're going to do next is I'll jump into the activity log, because this is my Monday video where I show you what I'm picking, the stocks that I'm buying. But of course, this is not investment advice, but since you're clicking on this, are probably interested in what I'm buying, and I'm also interested in what other people are buying as well. So let me know in the comments below what you're picking up this week as well. I'm curious to see that as well. And also, when I started my investment journey, I had questions of what to buy and when. So without further ado, we'll get into it, and we'll take a look at the trading that just executed minutes ago, really. So what I did was I took my $100 and I split it into 10 different picks, and we'll just go over those really quickly. Below, American Tower was the first one, then American Express, Pepsi, and then Starbucks. You can see the odd one out here, the 709. This is a dividend reinvestment or a DRIP. I like to just reinvest those dividends right back right into the stock from which it came and keep growing that, because in my mind I just want to 709 is nice to get from Starbucks, but since I've reinvested this, it's going to go up even more. I'll have a larger dividend next quarter. And so next up is Cisco, and then Aflac, Oracle, Medtronic, Digital Realty, Fifth Third, and then JP Morgan. So yeah, last two picking banks. They're still struggling, but I think we need banks, and banks are going to be around for a long time. So that's why I decided to do that. So I'm going to jump out of and go to my famous Average Joe dividend portfolio tracking sheet. It's just a Google Docs spreadsheet. I'll leave a link below to it, and it shows all my positions, and they're arranged by the pay date, because I like to know what's going to be paying me and when. And I've received almost all of my dividends for November. You can see here, these are my Novembers. We're in the medium green. The light green is the first month of the quarter. The medium green is the second month, and the dark green is the third month of the quarter. You can see here's a color key I have, and we're of course still in November, so we're in month 2 of quarter 4, and I'm just waiting for one more dividend, and that is from BST, and that will pay me actually December 1st, because M1 has a 1-day delay. I'm going to do a quick count up. So far for the month, I've received $211.64 just in dividend payments, just waking up in the morning each of these days and getting paid automatically. Of course, you have to do the front end work, and that is to buy the shares of companies that pay a dividend. And hopefully it's a growing dividend. On this sheet, it tracks the last, like you can see the last increase of dividends, where we can see here on Union Pacific, their last increase was a 10% increase. Looks like May was the last time they did that. So I'm tracking that. But some things like SCHD, they're variable in their dividends, even though year over year SCHD has paid a larger dividend when you count up all the quarters, the 4 quarters of the year. And of course, we haven't received the last dividend payment for SCHD, but the 4th quarter. But I'm assuming it's going to be more than the last one, and we'll have a higher dividends total for 2023 than we had in 2022. So far, we're on pace to have that. And just some quick math I was doing with SCHD, we're 3.12% so far just for the first 3 quarters, and we'll see what SCHD announces here in early December, what their new dividend is going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be right around the 70-cent mark. Hopeful maybe 72 cents. That'd be nice to see. But I'm expecting maybe like a 5% increase. I know I saw a lot of videos, people doing SCHD and just anticipating double-digit increases for SCHD for their dividend, but I just don't think that's realistic. It's not sustainable. So we'll see what happens. But just wanted to show you this sheet really quick of what it tracks. But what we're going to do next is, since I did these buys, I bought more shares or fractional shares in 11 different positions. Remember the 10 where I bought $10 each, and then the Starbucks dividend drip for the 709. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to update this sheet, because my sheet is not updated with the new amount of shares and cost basis. And I'll show you how I do that. I'm back to M1. I'm going to grab the data from the holdings tab. So if you have M1, I'll show you how. Addition, you'll see SCHD, or no, I didn't buy SCHD, but if I had, you would see it change. So I'm going to do a pay special, values only, and what this is going to do is going to change several things. It's going to change the number of shares for the positions that I bought more of and the cost basis, and it's also going to change the cash flow average. So we're up to 865.73, and what I should have done is I should have shown the previous, but I can show you that on this page right here, the monthly average dividend tracking tab, because anytime I do something like a deposit, or there's a dividend drip, or there's like a dividend increase, what I do is I track this on this sheet. We're going to put this in here as a ledger entry. We're going to put this as a $100 deposit and a Starbucks dividend drip. So okay, we got that there. So our old value was 865.47, and it's just going to be a very small increase. You can see 865.73. So this will change the monthly income. Every month going forward, I get an extra 26 cents with the $100 deposit and the Starbucks dividend drip. This doesn't sound like much, but this was just $100, and you can see other things like dividend increases. You can see here where ADP back on the 8th did a 12% dividend increase. You can see 14 cents there. FNF, same thing, a dividend increase, 16 cents. You can see how these things just keep adding up over time. You can see I sold a position and did a drip, things like that. There are some things that do decrease, and things like when there's a dividend decrease, and the only one I really anticipate is like SCHD in March. They're historically always decreasing that dividend, and then they raise it in the June, September, and then December. So that's kind of expected. But I've been tracking this, the monthly average dividend, over here in the Dividend Tracker tab. We'll go down to right here, our new one. We can see we're at 865.73. We're not done with the month of November, and I've increased my monthly dividend by $7.14 just in what I've done in November. You can see that's a month over month increase of 0.83%, and you can see my annual dividend income is going up to $10,388.80, and you can see the increase in the annual as well just in this month. And add that $100 in there, so I'm up to $400 in deposits. And this sheet has been tracking since January 2021. This is when I started doing these videos. You can see the portfolio value and how it has gone up and up and rapidly here. This is where I had money to deploy from equity in a home I no longer own. So that's the explanation of the big jump right here. But I kind of went back down, and right now I'm just doing the $100 per week. And as I said before, let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward, because you can see the dividends paid, these are being reinvested back into the portfolio. And you can see I have kind of a good problem where these dividends are paying, and it's more substantial than what I'm putting into the portfolio at this point. That doesn't mean I may not, in the future I may do a large lump sum deposit. We'll see. I don't foresee that in the near future, but who knows? But you can see how the portfolio value has gone up, and July 2023, that was the high watermark. We're still not at, because we are not at our all-time highs. Even July 2023 was still not an all-time high. We were still off from those. So the market, to me, still has room to grow. And that's why I'm still investing in it, even when we're at all-time highs. Well, over time, we're going to be at even new all-time highs. Of course, sometimes the space between those new all-time highs, they can be days, weeks, months, and even years. You have to be patient. And in my opinion, if you keep a consistent investment strategy, it's going to pay dividends to you in the long term. So that's all I had to show you, was what I bought this week as far as stocks. And again, this is not investment advice. Just show real quick. You can just see what I picked. And of course, Starbucks, that was a dividend reinvestment. But thanks everybody for sticking to the end of this video. If you got value from this video, please click the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. Sorry I'm getting through this. I'm fighting a cold that just will not go away. So thanks again, everybody. I hope everyone has a great week. Everybody take care.